New NASA X-plane will shock whole industry. What a mesmerizing plane! NASA's innovators are developing a piloted X-plane that is set to fly as fast as it could. With the outstanding technology, NASA's plane will link the sky as it shocks the aviation industry. Now, how does NASA's X-plane look like? Does it look extraordinarily from other aircraft? To find answers to these questions, join me today in this video as we focus on the new NASA X-plane that will shock the whole aviation industry. NASA's X-plane. NASA has announced plans of designing and creating an insane plane that can fly faster and as well speed for an insane range. The experimental plane is being developed with the latest supersonic technology. Also, it is called the Low Boom Flight Demonstration, which is set to reduce the sonic boom associated with supersonic flight, according to NASA. But for now, NASA has given Lockheed Martin a $247.5 million contract to build a unique, single-piloted plane by 2023. Remarkably, this could be the first time in decades the agency is moving forward with its insane X-plane, according to NASA's timeline. Where did it start? Well, the first flight to break the sound barrier was not any other than the Bell X-1, which took the sky in 1947 with Chuck Yeager being the pilot. Yeager became the fastest pilot to be ever seen in the world as he could reach an insane speed of Mach 1.06, as it was reported by Jack Stewart of Wired last fall. Surprisingly, Mach is extremely equal to the speed of sound in air that varies depending on the temperature and altitude. Possibly, this could be a speed of 754 miles per hour. In 1947, NASA was the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, thus paving way for the low-boom flight demonstration of X-planes, nearly silent treatment of supersonic flight. Unbelievably, in 1967, the X-15 set a manned speed record by flying at a hypersonic speed of above Mach 5. Furthermore, in 1990, the X-31, a Mach 1.28 supersonic jet, was designed by NASA, its main aim being to test the vectoring technologies achieved by the first flight. This was due to the return of supersonic passenger air flights that became closely to practical reality. Now, NASA's next faster jet will be concerned with the physics of breaking the sound barrier. Surprisingly, the supersonic jet will be used to teach scientists more about the sonic booms and how they will avoid them. In its first series, NASA's New Aviation Horizons initiative introduced the agency's fiscal budget in 2017. Why is NASA making an X-plane? Well, NASA's X-plane is all about its insane speed, as the latest commercial plane could fly for a long distance with a few hours. For instance, the aircraft could fly from New York to London for about 4 hours at a speed of 1,350 miles per hour. Shockingly, most airlines could take closer to 8 hours to complete the same trip. In addition, the travel benefits are quite plenty, as NASA's X-plane researchers are attempting to reduce the sonic boom noise. However, there is still the issue of noise associated with the supersonic jet. While NASA's goal with its newest X-plane isn't to silence the sound, they're attempting to make it much softer. I'm trying not to use the word sonic boom. Peter Cohen, project manager for NASA's Commercial Supersonics Technology Project, tells Mashable's Mark Kaufman, quote-unquote, "I'm trying to ban that from everyone's vocabulary. The idea was first theorized during the 1960s and tested by NASA and others during the years since, as they were modified with a uniquely shaped nose, which proved the boom-reducing theory was sound." All in all, NASA has researched sonic booms since the 1940s. According to a NASA press release, shockwaves from traditional aircraft designs combine as they move away and expand from the airplane's nose and tail. This results into two roaring sonic booms. Recent studies have investigated methods to improve the aerodynamic efficiency of supersonic aircraft wings, and sought to understand sonic boom propagation through the atmosphere better. Quote-unquote, "We've reached this important milestone only because of the work NASA has led with its many partners from other government agencies, the aerospace industry, and forward-thinking academic institutions everywhere," said Peter Cohen, NASA's Commercial Supersonic Technology Project Manager. Design of NASA's X-plane. The X-plane's design will include sleek features that will help it barely make a noise as it flies over cities. As Jack Stewart writes for Wired, the plane's long, pointy nose and swept-back wings make it look a little like a missile. The design's shape minimizes the shockwaves and prevents them from colliding. Instead, it directs them onto the ground. Still separated, the press release states, "People on the ground should hear something like a car door closing rather than an epic boom." And while it won't reach Concorde speeds just yet, the new X-plane is designed to fly at about 940 miles per hour at an altitude of 55,000 feet. It will be the length of an NBA basketball court, Life Sciences brand inspector writes. NASA's confidence in the low-boom flight demonstration design is buoyed by its more recent research using results from the latest in-wind tunnel testing and advanced computer simulation tools and actual flight testing. The answer to how the X-plane's design makes a quiet sonic boom is in the way its uniquely shaped hull generates supersonic shockwaves. Shockwaves from a conventional aircraft design coalesce as they expand away from the airplane's nose and tail, resulting in two distinct and thunderous sonic booms. However, the design's shape sends those shockwaves away from the aircraft in a way that prevents them from coming together in two loud booms. Instead, the much weaker shockwaves reach the ground, still separated, which will be heard as a quick series of soft thumps again, if anyone standing outside notices them at all. A single pilot will be in the cockpit based on the design of the rear cockpit seat of the T-38 training jet famously used for years by NASA's astronauts to stay proficient in high-performance aircraft. Jim Less is one of the two primary NASA pilots at Armstrong who will fly the X-plane after Lockheed Martin's pilots have completed initial test flights to ensure the design is safe to fly. After the test, he said, quote-unquote, "a supersonic manned X-plane. This is probably going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. We're all pretty excited." The design research speed of the X-plane at a cruising altitude of 55,000 feet is Mach 1.42 or 940 miles per hour. Its top speed will be Mach 1.5 or 990 miles per hour. The jet will be propelled by a single General Electric F414 engine, the power plant used by F/A 18E/F fighter. Demand for NASA's X-plane. The demand for NASA's supersonic jet is simple and affordable. You see, when NASA got into the aviation industry, it aimed at providing cheaper and affordable planes. Want proof? NASA got into the aviation competition with a promising pricing strategy that would grow its addressable market. Unbelievably, with this strategy, the skimming pricing strategy to be particular, the NASA would use a higher demand to gain larger profits from high-end customers, and later on, the company could entice more customers at a lowered price that would accommodate the other customers. How do you call that? A win-win situation? This strategy will definitely make more people scramble for NASA's X-plane. Although, NASA's X-jet may face stiff competition from other aviation industries such as Tesla, who are speeding and developing insane electric supersonic jets. Other companies include the Airbus Aviation Company, who has also shown interest in developing a futuristic plane. For instance, Los Angeles-based Wright Electric lately last year announced plans to bring to market a 9-seat electrified aircraft with a range of about 340 miles, covering a distance of nearly 44% of all flights. But all of the aviation industries are yet to launch their amazing supersonic jets. Now, with so many players already in the field, will NASA's X-plane outshine the rest in the aviation industry? Perhaps NASA's X-plane will be the big-time machine to be ever seen in the aircraft industry. When will it take off? In this year, 2022, we have seen significant milestones achieved in the assembling of NASA's X-plane. By now, all eyes are looking forward to the launching of NASA's big-time machine, scheduled to be launched earlier next year at 2023. This follows the X-plane's temporary move from Lockheed Martin Skunk in California to their new facilities in Texas. The insane NASA X-plane is set to start with ground testing towards the end of this year, and the progress will be geared towards achieving NASA's first X-plane launch. NASA's X-plane is designed to reduce the loudness of the sonic boom that occurs when an aircraft flies faster than the speed of sound. Therefore, the X-plane will demonstrate this in their flights worldwide by the start of next year. For now, NASA is collecting data that could open a new way for a commercially viable supersonic jet, and this seems to be revolutionary. Thank you for watching. Hit the notification bell to receive instant updates on the new NASA X-plane.